Valentine's Day, or as people say, like fingernails on a chalkboard, it's not Valentine's Day. Please, for the love of God, don't call it that. It's an N. Read. Okay, I've ranted. Valentine's Day is this Saturday, and love is everywhere. Watch where you step. Now, that could spell frustration for some women over 50, especially after divorce or a major life transition. Junie Moon is a love and relationship expert and a love coach. Where were you 20 years ago for me? She works
Where
with
was
women
I
over
20 years ago for me?
I love you. You're awesome. I can see this is going to be we're going to have you on all the time. She will talk about how women over 50 can help break long-standing relationship patterns, build healthier, more fulfilling connections. Good morning, Junie. It's good to have you on.
So good to be here because I'm a Jersey girl and I live in Montclair. This is so cool.
Awesome. I used to live in North Colwell forever, so I love Montclair. Montclair is great. Right
Yeah.
now, I must fess up, though. I am in Fort Lauderdale on the beach at this moment. I'm not
Oh,
going to lie. So that's why, hence, everyone's like, it's so cold that. How do you have tan? Well, the sand is about 20 feet that way, but that's okay. We're not going to get into that. More importantly, though, it's Valentine's Day. And no, I will not say Valentine's Day. It is Valentine. By the way, that's a rule. Ladies, if a guy says Happy Valentine's Day, out the door, gone, bye. There's an issue there. I'm just telling you. So you work with women over 50 who are starting over in love. Why do some women seem to have more dating successes than others at that stage?
I think it's readiness. I think some women have taken the time after the relationships that they've left and done the work. They've taken the time to come home to who they are, know what they want, and are just more excited about this stage of life versus carrying the past with them. Because when people carry the past, they're more hesitant, they're more guarded, and that's what gets in the way of a lot of people starting over.
And it's too easy with the dating apps today. You just swipe, 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 swipe. People look at the surface, they look at the pic, and they just assume, oh, this person is good, this person is bad. They could be swiping past some really good quality people, and they could
Yeah.
be falling in love with some real dirtbags, right?
Yes, and then they come to me and say, "Help me." And they want me to help them with online dating and the apps. And yes, there's a way to do it right, and there's a way that can make it way more challenging, like you just said. And that's why it's so important to do the work before, because if you jump right into the online dating and you get into the swiping and you really aren't clear and aligned with what it is that you want, like that North Star of who you are now, you're more apt to hop into a relationship or bed or with somebody that you're not so ready to be with. And that's why people start giving up so quickly.
Yeah. And just an aside, I know so many people who decided after 25, 30 years, now that I'm pushing 60, I know so many people who have had divorces recently, but they've been very amicable divorces. Like they just realize that I do love you as a friend. I just want to try something new with my life. And while I have
Yeah.
20 years, 30 years left, I'm going to move on. And they've amicably parted. I know three different couples who've done that. And like they're still really good friends after. Is this a trend? Is it that people are finally maturing? Because love can bring on a lot of jealousy, and that's not always the easy thing to do.
I think it's a mixed bag there.
Right.
I'm one of those people that had the amicable, and I see it often for sure. But I also see a lot of heartache and heartbreak, or even people at this age having a loss. And so people are feeling a lot of feels around. I don't want to do what I did in the past. I'm scared of creating that again in the future, and that takes a toll on people, whether they're going to have a magnificent second act or not. So I really do think it's a mixed bag, but how wonderful that people can find that friendship and that connection, because it does help not only for them, but for their kids and for their next relationship. So they're not holding on to resentments and fears of what just happened in the divorce or that last relationship.
Yeah, because that resentment hurts you more than the other person. It really does. Sometimes you just have to say, you know what, it's hard at first, but you have to just keep reinforcing. I love this, I love myself first, and I'm going to love these other people and respect them, and just keep
Mm.
asking the powers that be to just bless that person and hope they have a wonderful life and move forward. Because the more you wish well on them, the more it'll come back to you. I firmly
Mm.
believe that. And you often say mindset matters more than a dating profile. What does that mean?
Yeah. And I love what you just said. That was so beautiful. If you go into a date and you're on guard and you're focused on, is he going to be like my ex? Am I safe? Well, we have to be conscious of safety, but are we looking for red flags? Are we going to be open and enjoy? That's a very different date. So what I see often with people starting over is they are guarded. They are more, they're in their fear of what might happen, and so that energy, that mindset is going to affect how open they are and how they can connect with that person across the table. When somebody has taken a beat and really love their life now and know who they are now, and like you said, love themselves, they can go on that date and enjoy it so much. And that's what changes everything when it comes to starting over and really having fun, because a lot of people are not having fun dating, and it can be so pleasurable if you have that mindset of openness and readiness.
Yeah. And while it's so, look, it's important as humans to use our life experiences and keep them in the back of our heads, but it's also a little unfair, right? To judge everybody who comes along based on the person you were just with, because that's really, it's really not fair. That person comes into the situation is like, oh, you're going to judge me against Superman over here, whatever. Everybody has their own qualities and everybody has their own negatives, and you just have to judge them as individuals.
Exactly. Because if you're looking at the person in front of you and all you're seeing are all the people that you've dated in the past or have had relationships in the past, you're not present. And if you're not present with the person in front of you, what are the chances that you could actually start over with that person with a fresh slate? So I think it's really important to let go of the past, do the healing work, enjoy your life, and then just look at it as a wonderful, fun opportunity to meet a new person with fresh eyes.
I love that. And now we only got about 35, 40 seconds left here. I just want to quickly hit two things. That's a lot. Number one, for Valentine's Day, if you don't have a Valentine, how about getting together with all the ladies and having a Galentine's Day and just fun?
Yes, make a plan. If you don't want to be by yourself, again, mindset, what is it that you want? Have a great time. Reach out to your friends. There are other people that don't want to be alone as well. Or if you choose to be alone, make it wonderful. Order in great food, watch a great movie. Just enjoy the day, because there's nothing more important than the relationship you have with yourself. And you could have an extraordinary Valentine's Day. You don't need the other person. They're coming. Enjoy the day.
It's always when you least expect it, when you're not looking. You could be looking, 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 right? When you don't look, then boom, all of a sudden it happens. You have to give us a website for more information, Junie.
Yes, lovecoachjuniemoon.com. And I have a lot of free resources there. So definitely go there. And there's a lot to do when it comes to love. And the biggest thing is opening up. So go there, and I'm happy to support you there.
Well, I love you for Valentine's Day. Love and relationship expert and love coach Junie Moon. Thank you for coming on this morning. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Junie.